Archangel says, I have watched you for many nights. I've visible how you cry when no person is asking. I've seen the manner you pretend to be robust in front of folks that by no means even requested how you are. And nonetheless, I selected you. Today, in this sacred 6th of July, I have sent Archangel Michael to supply something with a purpose to shift your future. But you are on the brink of making a mistake that might postpone what I have been getting ready behind the scenes. That's why this message had to attain you now, at once. You aren't right here by twist of fate. You're being warned, protected, and guided. Do not forget about this. 2 hours stay. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this now. And no longer just with your eyes, open along with your heart, your spirit, your attention. The countdown has already all started. There is something heavenly moving toward your existence, but your silence and your secrecy remember now. This is not on your family. This is not on your friends. This message is sealed spiritually, handiest for the selected. And sure, it is you. This top information will are available a form you least assume. However, before that, something must be found out. There is someone watching you from a distance. A person dispatched by me to deliver a breakthrough. However, you keep getting distracted. You keep pleasing doubt, worry, and voices that don't come from me. This is the biggest mistake you are making. You're about to step into the instant I have anointed for you. However, in case you do not pause proper now, on this second, you will leave out a divine alignment intended to interrupt years of suffering in a single sudden blessing. Do not try to skip this. The 2-hour caution is actual. Let me let you know something hidden. Someone you in no way suspected has been praying to your upward push. You observed you're by myself, but you are now not. In the back of your pain, I planted a connection that is quietly operating in your desire. This man or woman is getting ready a marvel come across. They have got visible you're really worth whilst others mocked it. They bring a message for you, and I've instructed Archangel Michael to ensure you acquire it. Do not permit your fear cancel this miracle. Type Amen to receive your blessing. 333. The heavens are full of motion proper now. Angels are not ready. They are already taking walks closer to your name. They're conserving scrolls with your name written in gold. You're approximately to get hold of a divine email, a cell phone name, or a note that opens a brand new chapter of your life. But right here's the name of the game. You cannot proportion it. The instant you communicate it aloud to the incorrect individual, it's going to vanish. That is why I dispatched this word through Archangel Michael with urgency. You aren't intended to promote it, your miracle. You're supposed to shield it. There may be a person in your circle who is not prepared for your blessing. Their spirit is heavy with jealousy. They had been a typeface, however in the spirit they're blocking off you. That's why, whilst you inform them top information, everything all at once turns wrong. That isn't always coincidence. It is non-secular sabotage. This is why I have allowed isolation. This is why sure people left without warning. That is why I'm remaining doors you didn't ask me to shut because you didn't see the harm coming. Type Amen to receive your blessing. 111 hours. That's what you have. Within that window, anticipate something ordinary, a surprising notion, a call coming in your mind, a small unexpected alternate in your surroundings. It truly is how you may know this message is real. Don't forget about the signal. A person is already being moved on your course. I have whispered your name into their spirit. They're coming to do something kind, a divine reversal. However, it won't seem like a miracle before everything. It's going to appear like a small kindness. Be given it. As it's me, sending help in cover. Archangel Michael says, do now not tell all of us. Hold quiet. Smile in silence. Rejoice in stillness. And know that your reward will no longer be loud. It'll be lasting. I'm changing what you lost, but no longer within the manner you idea. This time, you may benefit without striving. You will rise without preventing. Because this warfare is no longer yours, it's mine. Kind guys to acquire your blessing. 555. I noticed the way you were humiliated. I saw how they mentioned you once you had been finished. I saw the way you had no one to show to. And yet, you saved going. You smiled while you were empty. You gave when you had nothing. You believed when you had no motive to. It truly is why this 6th of July is marked. I am no longer giving you just a praise. I'm giving you honor. I am going to show them who I made you to be. However, for that, I should first monitor what's been hidden. There may be a conversation taking place at the back of closed doorways approximately your call. Don't panic. It is not what you believe you studied. It is operating to your desire. What became as soon as resistance is now turning into a recommendation. That character who as soon as blocked you is now talking nicely of you. Because I have touched their coronary heart in mystery. You do not want to prove yourself. You don't need to beg. I have already became the hearts of kings and queens to your course. Type Amen to get hold of your blessing. 777. However, I need your settlement. I need your obedience. In the next hours, I want you to avoid distractions. I want you to live out of pointless conversations. I need you to speak much less and pray greater. Due to the fact what is coming is heavy, now not in burden, but in glory. You may feel beaten. But I will ship the energy. I'm able to ship the grace. I'm able to send the commands. Do not reject the peculiar signal. Do no longer doubt the quiet voice. I am within the whisper, now not the hurricane. Archangel Michael says, in 4:01. Stay ready. The coolest news is nearer than you believe you studied. Sure, it's coming. The element you almost gave up on. The call you stopped looking forward to. The cash you didn't suppose you'd see. The answer that seemed misplaced. The love that felt unreachable. The recuperation you believed became denied. The recovery you cried for. It is all being bundled in one divine bundle. All because of your faith. All due to this very moment. This isn't always twist of fate. This is affirmation. Type Amen to get hold of your blessing 999. Today isn't like any other day. Today, July 6th, isn't always marked by means of accident but by using divine order. The heavens have not been silent. The angels have not been nevertheless. Archangel Michael has improved from the throne of God with urgency in his voice, with hearth in his eyes, and together with your name burning on his scroll. His message isn't always smooth, not optional, not diffused. He says, I order you to open this now. 2 hours remain. No longer 2 days. Not weeks. Hours. And what you do with this second will decide how the subsequent bankruptcy of your existence unfolds. You aren't seeing this with the aid of mistake. You aren't scrolling aimlessly. You aren't reading something informal. You're standing in a sacred doorway. A passage of divine communique has been opened, and this message, this very word, is heaven's try to finally make you recognize what's being launched into your existence proper now. An awesome information that has been held, returned, watched over, protected in light, covered via angels, and whispered over by means of God himself, is coming directly to you. But the situation is straightforward. Do now not bypass this. Do now not inform everybody. That is most effective for you. Your obedience in this moment is the whole thing. It's the seal. It is the yes that activates the miracle already soaring above you. This isn't approximately being non-secular. It's no longer approximately sounding religious. It is about paying attention to your spirit. The voice within you that is aware of this second is distinct. That knows this message is non-public. That knows this is not something to play with, mock, share, or delay. This is personal, sacred, timed by means of God, and simplest for you. Something is about to reach on your life. It has your name on it. It has your tears in it. It has your prayers stitched through each thread. The coolest news isn't every day. It'll opposite the months of misunderstanding you've been carrying. It is going to answer the question that has been haunting your sleep. It will free up a season that become as soon as close tight. However, there is something you want to recognize. The news changed into nearly blocked. Something attempted to put off it. Something attempted to curve your path so you'd never receive it. However, Archangel Michael stood in among. He fought through it. And now he says with holy fireplace, I order you, open this now. Hours. No longer extra. Hours of divine window earlier than a shift takes place. Earlier than an email comes. Earlier than a call is made. Before someone subsequently tells you the truth they have been hiding. earlier than a breakthrough that seemed a long way away unexpectedly lands to your fingers. However, you have to protect this moment. You have to shut the door on distractions. You need to keep in mind that not everyone around you may know what God is doing. In case you open your mouth too soon, you'll allow in a spirit of interference. It's why heaven says, don't inform everyone. Keep it sealed. Maintain it safe. Your call is being spoken proper now in a room you've got in no way entered. Someone is advocating for you. Someone is choosing you for something that you have not even carried out for. Someone with energy is remembering your face, your phrases, your heart. They may be being stirred by using something they can't explain. Due to the fact what's guiding them isn't always common sense, it's God. You don't want to beg for this blessing. It's already decided. However, you have to believe it. You ought to stand in complete expectation, understanding that the 2 hours in advance are heavy with glory. There is also something you want to prevent doing. And that is wherein the urgency rises. Stop revisiting what God has ended. Stop speaking to people whose spirits are silently pulling you backwards. Stop wondering you want to provide an explanation for your decisions to individuals who by no means had faith in your calling. This moment calls for separation. Now, not from everybody, however, from individuals who convey confusion into your peace. You cannot walk into your blessing even as dragging dead weight. You need to release to get hold of. Archangel Michael has not spoken this manner over you earlier than. He has watched in silence. He has included you quietly. However, today, he speaks with command. Due to the fact this is the tipping factor. This is in which both you receive the long-awaited precise information, or it passes over you due to inattention. God isn't gambling together with your lifestyles. That is your hour of launch. And it cannot wait. There's a text message coming. A verbal exchange. A confession. An agreement. A divine accident. It will manifest after this. You may experience it. You may comprehend it. It'll appear too sudden to be real. But it isn't always random. It smiles what God deliberate before you have been born. What you thought turned into misplaced as being restored. What turned into not on time as being elevated. And what you believed had died is waking up once more in mild. You can experience an awesome wave of emotion. That is your affirmation. You can begin crying without expertise why. This is your spirit responding to the reality your heart hasn't absolutely dared to hope for. However, God says, do not resist it. Let it come. Let the miracle drift. Allow the fact input you. Permit the acraze. There's a person round you who have to no longer recognize about this message. They bring about envy of their eyes. They smile when you're close to, but their coronary heart is uneasy about your choose. In the event that they listen what's coming, they'll attempt to connect their call on your praise. They may attempt to ride your blessing and water it down. Do no longer permit that. Defend this phrase. Guard it like it is gold, because it is. It's a key. A seed. A scroll wrapped in divine hearth. You'll look again at this message one day and say, this turned into the turning point. You will don't forget the way it arrived at simply the right time. How it pierced the confusion. The way it answered what you could not say aloud. Because this is not motivational. It is prophetic. And you aren't only a reader. You are the one it is about. Stay quiet. Live prayerful. Live still. You do no longer want to chase what's already coming in the direction of you. God says, I'm sending it. I've prepared it. I have protected it. And now, I am placing it in your hands. But I require your obedience. I require your silence. I require your religion. 2 hours left. After which the information will land. The blessing will knock. The confirmation will seem. But this message, this holy coaching, should now not be overlooked. Obedience isn't always optionally available on this hour. It is survival. You have made it through too much to forestall now. You have cried via nights no one knew about. You have smiled while your heart turned into breaking. You have kept praying even while you couldn't experience something. And heaven watched. Michael watched. And these days, God says, your reward is ready. Your properly information has been released. However, you must not bypass this concept. These days isn't always a regular day. These days, July 6th, I've stirred the heavens to ship a message directly to you. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this now. There are most effective 2 hours left. Do not inform everyone. This isn't for public eyes or shared ears. That is simplest for you. A good information is coming. And the burden of what I am approximately to mention will circulate the whole lot round you. You have carried burdens silently for too lengthy. You have got suffered in non-public even as pretending in public. You have got cried in rooms where no one even knocked to take a look at in case you had been okay. But you survived. That become not by using your energy alone. That turned into me retaining you while you were being watched through enemies in secret. That changed into me standing between you and the destruction they planned behind your back. Now concentrate cautiously. Something has been launched in heaven. A leap forward tide for your call. A release that turned into behind schedule because of jealousy. A wonder blessing that the enemy tried to stop. But now, it is coming. In hours, the clock of heaven moves a shift. It is why Archangel Michael says urgently, do not skip this. Do not delay. You've waited too long for this. Kind amen to receive what has been held back 777. This blessing isn't always ordinary. It has the electricity to erase years of pain. It has the potential to make even your enemies witness your pleasure. Someone who as soon as walked far from you is about to call. Not because they pity you, but because I'm disturbing their spirit. I have placed your face in their dreams, your name of their mind, your voice of their silence. They will keep in mind what they said, what they did, and they will be moved by using a force they cannot provide an explanation for to find you. You've been forgotten by a few people on reason. However, heaven has by no means forgotten your call. Your tears had been not wasted. Each drop watered the soil of your miracle. This message isn't always past due. It smiles right on time. You might imagine, why today? However, I say, why no longer nowadays? Why now, not now, when you are finally geared up to obtain without begging? Why no longer now, while your spirit has been refined via trial? Type Amen if you're prepared to receive without begging. 333. A divine reversal is starting within the following few moments. What changed into intended to embarrass you will now increase you. That task that grew to become you down is ready to call with a brand new position. That person who rejected your heart is ready to return with a confession. That debt you couldn't provide an explanation for how to pay is about to be erased in a manner you may not accept as true with. All because you failed to surrender. There may be a document together with your name on it. Heaven has stamped authorized inside the spirit. A person has tried to postpone it on this planet. But now, even they cannot prevent it. Because I've spoken. Your vicinity is ready to change. Now not just physically, but spiritually. You're approximately to be lifted from an area of stagnation into a place of motive. The folks that didn't see your price will quickly act like they continually knew you were destined for greatness. Kind A guys to assert your divine promoting. 888. Archangel Michael has cleared the air around your private home. That heaviness you've got felt the previous couple of nights, that strain to your chest, the tightness while you try and sleep, became now not anxiety. It turned into religious congestion. Jealousy had entered your environment. Words spoken against you in secret had attached themselves to the partitions of your living. However, now they are damaged. A wind is coming. You may sense it physically, or maybe not, but it is shifting matters in your prefer. The coolest information is coming. And it's far tied to someone who once ignored you. Now, they're on their manner returned, no longer to hurt you, but to bless you. I've converted their coronary heart. You'll get a message, email, name, text. Do no longer overlook it. It will seem simple, however it's far the entrance for your step forward. At the back of that message is the start of the whole lot you have prayed for in silence. Kind A guys to open the door to that message. 111. There is a room you will input very quickly. In that room, your call will be spoken with choose. Someone you have by no means met might be used to open a gate for you. Don't worry about connections. Don't stress approximately qualifications. This can no longer be about your credentials. It will be about your calling. I'm setting a divine lure for the enemy. The idea they might smash your pleasure earlier than it came. They tried to plant someone near you to empty your power earlier than your miracle arrived. However, now, I've uncovered them. Their admission to you is revoked. You may be aware someone abruptly fall silent or distance themselves. Do not chase. It truly is my protection, no longer rejection. Kind guys to shut the door to incorrect humans earlier than your miracle arrives. 999. Inside the subsequent hours, heaven's surroundings will shift to your prefer. There can be a non-secular thunder, unseen with the aid of Guy, however felt by using your soul. You can cry for no motive. You can sense overwhelmed. This is due to the fact the presence of the Lord is thick round you. It's far surrounding you like a cloak. You aren't on foot on my own anymore. You're prepared for this. All of the pain. All of the silence. All the waiting. It was not in vain. It skilled your spirit. It refined your focus. And now, it qualifies you for this unexpected elevation. Your enemies are not ready on your comeback. However, heaven is. Type A guys if you're prepared for a sudden elevation. 121. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this now. There are best 2 hours left. Do no longer tell each person. This message isn't for all and sundry. It's far best for you. Heaven has waited lengthy enough in an effort to stop going for walks. Forestall scrolling. Prevent skipping.